Hi, this is Holly, and today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favorite styles of lettering. This is a type of lettering that I've been doing since I was in middle school. My dad used to be an automotive car body painter for cars and motorcycles, and he did a lot of flame detailing in his work, so it inspired me a long time ago to come up with a font that looked like it was on fire. We're going to be working with two different color schemes today. First one we'll do is the traditional maroon to red, orange, and yellow, and then just a different variation of it with blue, green, and yellow. So we'll start out by learning how to draw this, and I'm just using a basic sketchbook. You're going to need some drawing paper, a pencil, and eraser, and I just have Crayola markers here, maroon, red, orange, and two different shades of yellow. So it might be good to have those things handy. So I'm going to open my sketchbook here to an empty page, get situated. And the first thing that we'll do is, I'm just going to do my name, which is Holly, and you can practice that one with me, or you can try your own name. What we're going to do first is just kind of lay out in regular print our name and kind of the spacing that we want, the height that we want. And then I'm going to show you how to transform that into flames. I'm going to do that lightly so that I can erase that away later. So what we'll do is, when you're making flames, we'll just practice here in the corner, you'll start with the letter U shape, and then it'll be smaller and taller on one side. You never want to round the edge of a flame. You want it to be nice and pointed. So you'll just let it be very, very narrow and pointed, and then you'll just kind of wave it in, do other letter U shapes, keep it nice and sharp. And it can kind of just grow in different ways as you work with it. And the more you work with it, the better you'll get. So we're going to start by adding these flames around the letters that we've drawn previously. And so we're just going to do some of those letter U shapes, keeping those sharp tips. We're just going to let that grow around the outer edges of our printed letters. Nice fun lettering. Could use this on a boy's birthday card, maybe on a poster, just for fun. I used to make a lot of these for my friends. And we're just going to keep working around our letters. You can have some areas that are just kind of wavy. It doesn't all have to be spiked with the flames. Kind of up to you how tall and small you grow those. So let's let you work along here with me as we finish adding the flames on each letter. And then what we'll do next is, when you're done drawing your flames, we are going to come back in and erase the original lettering. So what we'll need to do first is to take a Sharpie. I'm just using a medium point Sharpie. You could do it with a fine point. We're just going to come through and outline the edges of those flames on all of our letters. And then we'll come back in and clean up and erase any pencil marks before we start adding our color to the design. Kind of adjust anything that may need adjusting as you finalize it in Sharpie. Alright, now that we have it all outlined, we'll just come back in with an eraser. Mine's a pink pearl. We're just going to come back in and erase and clean up all of our pencil marks. And brush those off. Get a nice clean work surface again. Okay, so the next thing that I've done is to select different shades of flame colors. I found kind of a burgundy or a maroon for the bottom, and then we're going to fade it to red, to orange, to darker yellow, and lighter yellow, and that just follows the color wheel. These are all analogous colors because they're right next to each other on the wheel. These are also known as the warm colors, and so we'll start with the burgundy. Again, this is just a Crayola brand marker. What you want to do when you color is you want to leave something that I like to call jagged edges, because when the edges aren't perfectly straight across, they're kind of tall and small, the edges are rough, it's going to let the colors blend and fade together better. And we are going to be blending these colors together. So we're going to make sure to leave those jagged edges as we color through. You could even kind of add a little bit of black down here at the bottom also to kind of make it look smoky. And you might just experiment with that as you draw some of these after we've practiced together. And I'm just going to do that at the bottom of every letter, keeping in mind that I have 4 other colors to place. So it'll take up about 1/5 of each letter. Okay, and then with my red, I'm just going to come right on top of the maroon. We're going to do that rough edge. It's okay if the red touches into the maroon, because the maroon is just a darker version of red. It won't hurt a thing. It's just going to help it to blend together better. You can let some of your jagged edges be taller, some might be smaller. Okay, and then we'll go on to orange. It's okay again if the orange touches into the red, it just is going to help blend it better. Okay, and then we'll go to our darker yellow, letting it really blend in against the orange, leaving some space at the top for our lightest version of yellow. Or if you like the way it looks white, you like that little bit of contrast up there, so that'd be okay to leave it white as well. And then our last color will be the light yellow. We're just going to fill the rest of it in at the top. Makes a really nice eye-catching design. I find that both girls and boys like this type of type. It's just very creative and fun. Okay, and so our first style of flame lettering is done. If you'd like to stick around with me for a few more minutes, we'll go into the blending and shading on the blue to green to yellow. And I'm just going to do that by drawing one simple letter. We'll just do the H again. And again, if you're more comfortable starting out with the printed letter and drawing off of that, that's fine. I find that that kind of helps a little bit as you start. Go ahead and outline this real quick so we can see it nice and dark. Okay, so you're actually using knowledge from the color wheel. I'm just going to sketch out a color wheel real fast so that this makes sense for you. Okay, on a basic color wheel we have the three primaries, which are the three most important colors because they create all other colors of the rainbow, and that would be red, yellow, and blue. And I kind of have just a light blue here, but that's what I'll go ahead and use. That's what I have on hand. When you mix red and yellow, you get orange, which is a secondary. You mix yellow and blue, you get green, which is also a secondary. And excuse me, I'm going to reach for purple. When you mix blue and red together, you get purple. And so as we're doing this next effect of shading and blending color, we're going to be using, again, analogous colors. We'd been right here before with red, orange, yellow. Now we're moving into yellow, green, and blue. You can blend any colors as long as they're in a row on the color wheel. So you could go from purple to blue to green. You could go from purple to red to orange, but you can never skip out of that order. So going from purple to orange to red would never work. You have to make sure they stay in order because purple has red in it and orange has red in it. So that allows it to be blended together more easily. And so we're going to work right down here with these three colors. I've selected, again, just 4 different Crayola colors. Kind of starting with a turquoise, which happens to be one of my favorite colors. Filling in the bottom, again, leaving those jagged rough edges so that it blends together better. Then I'm going to go into a sea green, which is kind of a mixture of blue and green. Leaving the jagged edges again. We're going to go into kind of a lime or a light green, letting it go right up against the sea green. This will blend perfectly into yellow because it has yellow in this shade of green. And then we'll just put yellow at the top. I hope you've enjoyed learning how to do some flame typography and font today. Hope you have a lot of fun working with it at home. This has been Holly for Holly Brand Arts. We hope to enlighten you with some of our art videos. Please come back and see me again.